Call me crazy, but I genuinely learned my lesson to stop going for men that are ugly. And it sounds very cocky. It sounds very like, oh, like you think you some hot shit, like calm down. Like, I know how it sounds, but just listen. Going after someone you don't even find physically attractive, but you want to be like, oh, but he has a good personality, he has a nice mentality. No! Go for the full package. Why are you settling? Because think about it. You could find someone that physically meets your standards and they have a good mentality. You know how many people are in this world? The chances of you meeting someone like that, it's going to happen. Stop settling for these ugly ass men. Because that boosts their ego. And then they start feeling like they can move however they want. Those be the ones that really finesse you. And you...
I love when people say this because half of you guys look terrible and you're just as ugly without your makeup. So you can't go out there and say, oh, ugly man, this and that, when there's ugly people everywhere. There's ugly men, there's ugly women. That's how it works. People out here, maybe if you can only go or you're going for ugly man, maybe you're ugly yourself and you just don't know that yet. It's so ridiculous how you keep putting yourself on a pedestal, treating men who you think are ugly, when beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Someone's going to be attractive to anyone, no matter what. So this doesn't even make any logical sense.
Does your girl never talk about her job? Like, she never, you ask her, like, how was work, babe? She's like, oh, it was good. Or how about school? Like, how was class? I'm like, it was good. And that's it. You're like, you got friends at work, you got coworkers you fuck with. She's like, eh. I don't gotta tell you, right? I don't gotta tell you. Because you've been watching my videos, right? So you know, right?
That's a good point, because honestly, if they don't talk to you, if they just like do that, then that's very worrisome, because they usually tell you everything about their whole life. You know, if you're with your girl and they go back from home, tell you, oh, Jenny at work did this, Abby at work did that, all that stuff. If they don't say that and they're just like, ah, whatever, that's right. You know, that's a good point, you know. And honestly, I don't think she would lie, because she even said before that she was doing this to atone for her sins.
This is just a PSA that if you think you're the only girl he's talking to, you're not. Even if he says good morning, good night, doesn't mean he cares. Even if he asks you what your favorite color is and about yourself and all this stuff, doesn't mean he cares. Even if he sleeps in the same bed as you almost every day, doesn't mean he cares. Even if you give him baths and make him food and make him lunches and all this stuff, and he says he's so thankful for you and he says you're amazing and you're just perfect and everything about you is amazing and perfect, he's lying and he doesn't care and he has 20 other hoes. Athletes are fucking, and if they say that you're the only girl they're talking to, that you're the only girl he calls baby, baby cake, sweetie, honey, sweet pea, whatever the f, you're not. He's not. You're not the only one. He's lying. Just point of the story is, don't trust anyone and don't give yourself to everybody, because not everybody deserves it.
Well, here's the thing, like, her advice is real, because honestly, some people just can't be trusted. It's important to make sure you keep a boundary between people before you really get to know them. But the thing is, she said athlete, like, you're dating an athlete and you expect them to be loyal. Athletes are like the top echelon of the world. Like, they got money, they got status, they got power, they got good luck. So it's like, why are you surprised?
Guy keeps getting turned down. Eventually the passion will die. Guys want sex a minimum of a couple times a week, and ideally they want a woman who doesn't have to be asked.
You want sexy time constantly? Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't say that, but like I wouldn't write that in a book. They was spitting on that one. I don't know.
If you ask a friend constantly to hang out and they say no, eventually you're gonna be like, fuck, I'm not even gonna ask anymore.
Yeah. Why do I even bother? You guys already know. You know, when guys cheat, they start projecting. You guys start to accuse women like, oh, you're probably doing this, oh, you're probably doing that. And women can do that too, okay? And I'm not excusing men cheating by any means, but do you want to know how a girl is cheating? Do you want to know a woman's form of projection? Usually, you know, guilt. When women cheat, guilt fills them a lot faster than it does men. Men realize that they fucked up once it's too late. Women do realize that they fucked up before they're even doing the fucking act. When she starts to be a sweetheart out of character for her, that girl is hiding something.
Man, that's true, but I don't know, man. Some women just don't care. Some women will do it and like have no problems and, you know, blame you, gaslight you. They don't care. Like they won't do anything. So, I mean, generally what she's saying is true, because if you see patterns change in her behavior, that's the big red flag for anyone. If you see patterns change in your spouse or significant other, that's when you know something's up. If they're usually, you know, very mean and now they're nice, if they're usually very nice and now they're very mean, different things. If she comes home later, does stuff like that, that's when you know something is up.
Congratulations, you played yourself. All male attention tastes the same, huh? As long as shorty getting her fix, she gonna feel just fine. What you won't do, some other guy will, but what she fails to understand is that there's a huge difference in the quality of the fix. To be clear, the fix is the 3 major currencies: attention, validation, and emotional support. Fast food versus a home-cooked meal. She doesn't understand the difference in the value of her fix, and you're about to learn why.
This is a PSA for all the guys out there who are in relationships, coming out of relationships, whatever. Girls will mentally break up with you way before they actually break up with you. This can be due to a multitude of reasons. Sometimes it stems from something as small as just getting the ick. Sometimes it's a big combination of red flags, shitty behavior over time, incompatibility, no longer seeing a future, whatever it is. This could happen 2 to 3 months before she actually breaks up with you. But just know, when that switch goes off, it's over in her head. Like, nothing's the same after that. And I don't really think you can redeem yourself.
It's true, a lot of times they have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G already ready to go before they're even done. So just in case, when, you know, eventually it's going to end. But when it does end, she's already ready to go with someone else. It's like, it's called monkey wrenching, you know. She's ready before she lets go of the branch in her right arm. She has another branch attached to her left arm so she can make a smooth transition.
I think my eyes are fine too.
I'll give you an 8.5 because
I'm gonna give you an 8. You like to jump around and do what?
So you gave that other nigga a 7. You know what? You got it. You got it. You gave the nigga a 6. Yeah. All right.
Hey, look, honestly, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, okay? That's it, you know? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Maybe they really feel that way. Now, honestly, sometimes I feel like in society, we do be extra nice to appease someone's feelings, which can go a little too far. But, I mean, then again, maybe that's what they actually believe.
You're wrong, I can cook. But I hate when guys ask you, can you cook? Because can you build a house?
There's no way you think that question makes sense. There is no way you believe in your brain that question makes sense.
Yo, these analogies, like, it's crazy how people go on the internet and think these analogies, like, are like smart and good. Like, it's crazy. You really think cooking equates to building a house? You telling me making some eggs is equivalent to establishing an entire domicile? You are crazy, lady. These analogies, some people really need to step back and just, like, can you please watch your video before you post it, and really just please, because it's just like it's making my head hurt. Like this.
What do you think the issue is with modern dating?
Men. Yeah, men.
In what ways?
Just think they're immature.
I think they were born that way.
Give me an example.
Like she said, immature.
In what ways?
They get dramatic and sensitive over stupid things.
Give me an example. You're speaking in general terms right now.
I don't know, like if you're just like basic, like with the text, then they get all dramatic about it.
Give me an example.
Also, if you're a 28-year-old and going to college bars banging 20-year-olds, I think that's your issue right there.
Oh God, facts.
Okay.
What I just said, what she said.
I feel like so many people are just sheep. Like, so many people are such sheep. It doesn't make any sense. Like, literally, they just say what they heard online and they have nothing to prove it. Like, they just say, oh, this, whatever. And he keeps asking, give me a specific example. They couldn't do it. Because that's what they've been heard. That's what's been echoed in society. That's been echoed all over. So they just spew it out. And they just, like, literally no critical thinking at all. No nothing, man. Like, if you have that opinion, fine. But you have to support it with actual empirical evidence.
Think marriage is worth it?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
It's just a contract. Okay, it costs more to get out of it than it is to get into it.
Is marriage for the woman?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, they've been taught since they were like little girls that they got to be married and this and that, so they force guys to marry them, and then they do it. And, you know, and
they're unhappy.
And dudes fall into the trap because they're like, oh, I got to be married.
I mean, he speaks the truth, man. At this point, the problem is that in the Western society, I feel like marriage has been milked into a business. And the sad part is that without this whole business structure, marriage would be great. Like, let's say you could get married with and had nothing to do with money, nothing to do with that stuff. If you're just one guy with one girl, that would be beautiful, because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of men and women want. They just want like one girl or one guy and to build a family. That's beautiful. But the problem is that when the government gets involved and they start getting money involved, and then people are rewarded to break the contract and people get paid to break the contract, and then it's like, why would anyone even go into that? So nowadays you see the marriage rate declining because it's been milked for generations by capitalism.